Hi, I'm Movie Man. I'm an octopus who reviews movies, and today's review is going to be on
all the truths.
The devil is a lie. Tell me the truth.
So, Killers of the Flower Moon, the latest film from legendary filmmaker Martin Scorsese. Now, this was a film which I knew about. It was a film which I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to see it or not, but I was considering it. And obviously, back in May, this movie premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, where it received high critical acclaim. But yeah, it's definitely a film which I've been very interested in because it's got Scorsese directing it, and of course the film stars two of his most frequent collaborators, Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro. But what's interesting is that while the both of them have worked with Scorsese before, this is the first time that both of them have worked with Scorsese together. So it's definitely very interesting. But yeah, I've seen, the high praise that this movie was getting. I wasn't really all that shocked that the film was receiving such great reviews, because it's from Scorsese, and well, he is considered one of the greatest living filmmakers. So yeah, kind of no wonder that one of his movies would be receiving such high appraisal. But anyway, so about 5 days back now, I went to see Killers of the Flower Moon for myself, and do I think it is worthy of the high appraisal that it's been getting? My answer to that question is yes, definitely. Not only is this film absolutely amazing, I think it might actually be my new favorite movie of this year. Yes, this truly was a phenomenal film. To start things off, the cinematography in this film is brilliant. The film is shot extremely well. I think the cinematography does a great job, capturing everything. And the film even has some, choices with its cinematography, which I think it does a brilliant job at. It makes it look really well done. But yeah, the cinematography in this film was very good. The editing in this film was also brilliant. I loved the way that this movie was edited. There was also some some styles they did with the editing, where it would kind of cut from like kind of archival black and white brief shots to kind of the main color of the film and everything, and I thought the movie did it very well. So yeah, the editing in this movie was superb. Then we have the pace in this film. Now, I feel I should bring it up since pretty much everybody has been bringing this up. I may as well too. Now, up until now, the longest movie I've seen this whole year has been Babylon. Well, I know you're gonna say, but Babylon was a 2022 movie. Well, yeah, but over here in Ireland, we didn't get it until January 20th, so, it counts as 2023 movie. So, Babylon was a movie I saw back in January, and I thought it was a great film. That's like, it's like it was one of the first movies I saw in the year, and it's still like in my top 15 of the year. Yeah, it's just it was a great film. Like Babylon was, well, up until now, it has remained the longest movie I have seen in the whole of the year at 3 hours and 9 minutes. Like, not even Oppenheimer was that long. I mean, Oppenheimer was exactly 3 hours long, but Babylon was actually longer at 3 hours and 9 minutes. But now, 9 months later, Babylon has finally been beaten for being the longest movie of the year, and Killers of the Flower Moon has overtaken it. Killers of the Flower Moon is, without a doubt, the longest movie I have seen in all of 2023 at a whopping 3 hours and 26 minutes.
It's part of the ceremony.
I know, that is so long. Like, not even Avatar The Way of Water was that long. But yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon is, without a doubt, it's the longest movie I've seen the whole year, and it's probably one of the longest films I've ever seen in my life. But I've got to say though, despite this film's long runtime, I think the film did a great job in terms of its pace. Despite how long the movie is, I think it does go by well enough where you're not wondering, oh, when is this gonna finish? No, it goes by its runtime so well, and yeah, you do kind of feel that long run time, alright, but it's something you're not really bothered by, is, the story keeps you engrossed, and the film does a great job in telling its story. You never really feel like there are scenes where, oh, that didn't need to be there, that could have been cut out. No, the film, it goes by its story well enough, and I think it does it very well. So, yeah, the pace in this film, despite this film being long as it was great. Um, then we have the sound and music in the film. I gotta say, like, the sound effects in this movie were very good. They were done very well. And the score in this film as well was just great. I've gotta say, the score in this movie was brilliant. Now the score in this movie was composed by Robbie Robertson, and he has previously worked with Martin Scorsese, with a few of his other films, and he composed the score for this film. Now, sadly, Robertson passed away in real life. I think it was just a short few months ago now. And this film is dedicated to his memory. And he will definitely be missed. And I've got to say, this was definitely a brilliant film for his career to go out on, because although this is the last time we'll ever hear a film score composed by him, it was brilliant, and it was a fitting note for his career to go out on. So the score in this film was brilliant, and may Robertson rest in peace. He will be sorely missed, and his work on some of these films will never be forgotten. But yeah, the score in this movie was brilliant. Then we have the characters. Now, just like its other 2 3-hour long movies, Oppenheimer and Babylon, this film has like a huge cast. Well, now there's not really now there are definitely a lot of notable names in the movie, but all the notable actors are like, kind of the main stars in it. Like there's a whole host of supporting cast members, and there's not really that many notable names. There's 1 or 2 very notable names in there, but not really a whole lot. But I cannot go through literally the whole entire cast, but we'd be here like all day long. But there are the 3 main cast members I'm gonna talk about. So first off, we have Leonardo DiCaprio, who is in this as the main character, Ernest Burkhart. Burkhart was definitely a great character. Like, he wasn't really the most likable human being, but nonetheless, he was a very compelling protagonist. He carried this movie brilliantly, and Leo does great in the role. But to be fair, what would you expect? He really brings the kind of sadness and struggle to his character. Throughout the whole film, you can even see on the poster, he always has that same has that kind of really sad expression. He kind of has that expression throughout the whole movie, but he does it so well, and it's really believable for his character. But I got to say, Leo did great in this film, and he definitely helped make Burkhart such a compelling protagonist. And then we have his uncle, William King Hale, who is played by Robert De Niro, and Hale, he was also a very compelling character. Like it's been a while since we've seen De Niro play a character this evil. I mean, while Hale himself, he seems to be kind of a good man throughout the movie with how he's like good friends with the Osage Nation stuff. Deep down, there is something truly twisted with him, and oh boy, he is definitely a very hateable human being, but De Niro does such a brilliant job in this role, and he really makes this character very compelling. Yeah, he was great in this film. This was one of his best roles in a long time. And then we have Ernest Burkhart's wife, Molly, who is played by Lily Gladstone. Now, Gladstone is only kind of a newer actress, so nowhere near as famous as DiCaprio or De Niro, but oh man, she is. I wouldn't be surprised if she got more work after this film, because everyone has been saying it. She is brilliant in this film. I mean, a lot of people saying it. She really tells a lot, like through her eyes and everything. Her acting in this movie is great, and she plays what is honestly such a tragic character with, how her whole family is just getting, like, murdered and stuff, and yeah, she is without a doubt a tragic character, and you feel sorry for her, and Gladstone does such a great job in this role. Now, we got a whole bunch of supporting cast members, as I mentioned. We've got Jesse Plemons in the movie, and he actually doesn't appear until, I think over 2 hours into the movie, but when he does eventually show up, I think he does very well in the role. And I thought his character was quite compelling. And John Lithgow and Brendan Fraser, they actually didn't show up until close to kind of the end of the film, definitely during the film's climax, and their characters only has a very little amount of screen time. But when they did eventually show up, they made their presence known. Fraser especially, he was very over the top in this role, but he did it so well. So the characters in this film were very good, very compelling, and the performances from the cast were great. Those three main stars in particular, though, were absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they got Oscar nominations. They're definitely getting Movie Man Award nominations anyways. But yeah, the characters and the acting were just phenomenal. Then we have the plot of this film. Now, this film is based on a non-fiction book. It's loosely based on a true story, with how it was set in the 1920s, and members of the Osage Nation were being murdered for like their money and stuff. I think it's a great plot, compelling. The film executes it brilliantly. Like, this can definitely be a very tragic movie with everything that goes on in it and stuff. Like, I mean, you definitely, it's a film, you feel very bad watching it, at times, but, it's such a compelling story, such a great narrative. It's just an absolute pleasure watching as well. The plot of this movie was great. The execution was brilliant. And then we have the narrative structure. Now, while the film does have a pretty straightforward story, it kind of does cut between characters. Like, we see Ernest, we see Hale, we see Molly, all the other characters and stuff. Well, it's definitely not really the most linear plot out there, with how it's focusing on a great amount of these characters and stuff. Nonetheless, the film does a fantastic job at it, it's easy to follow. Despite it being a big, huge plot, you pretty much know everything that's going on and stuff. I think it's brilliant. I think the film tells these plot points very well. And definitely makes it a pleasure to watch, despite its nearly 3.5 hour runtime. So, overall, Killers of the Flower Moon is a phenomenal movie. It had a great plot, a brilliant execution of its plot. With it being kind of loosely based on true events and everything, which happened nearly 100 years ago. It makes for such a gripping narrative. It's very kind of sad to watch, but it's a pleasure as well. It told its narrative brilliantly. It has very compelling characters, the three main characters in particular. The acting was phenomenal from the three leads, were brilliant. Great cinematography, great editing, a brilliant final score from Robbie Robertson. Martin Scorsese's direction was brilliant, and despite the film having a 3 hour and 26 minute long runtime, it made such a great use of it that this was not a film which you felt bored to be watching. It overall just did a great job with everything, and it's kind of no wonder why I'm starting to think that this is possibly my new favorite movie of the year. I know this is such a long movie, but I think this is definitely a must-watch film. So, with that, I am going to give Killers of the Flower Moon a very much deserved 10 out of 10. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.